Howdy.
Hi.
How you doing today? That's what's up. You ready to do this? You're always ready, ain't you? Yeah. I know. All right. Urban Therapy with Sunshine 752, and this is your daily go-getterism number 662 for July 26, 2016. That's Sun 752 and who?
Moon 752.
That's right, Moon 752, all up in your area. Today, you know what we're talking about today?
No.
Today, we're talking about having things on your own terms. Do you know what that means?
No.
All right, when you have things on your own terms, that means you want things your way. So, that means when you want things your own way, when you want things on your own terms, that means that you don't have any respect or you don't care for what anybody else wants. It's sort of like a selfish way to be. You ever know anybody like that?
No, not really.
You ever hear this term, my way or the highway?
No.
All right. When somebody says that it's my way or the highway, that means you're going to do things the way I want them to be done, or we're not going to do anything at all. Or basically, when they say the highway, it means if you don't like it, you can get out of here. Hit the road. Anybody ever act like that towards you?
No, not really.
Yeah, they better not. But you never know, because one day, somebody might try you. And the thing is, when people want things on their own terms, they don't want to compromise. Do you know what compromise means?
I've heard of it, but no.
All right. When you compromise with somebody, that means that you negotiate with them. Do you know what negotiation means? To negotiate with somebody means that you ask them what they want and you tell them what you want, and you see, and the both of you see if you can come to an agreement. Now you know what an agreement is, right?
Yeah.
All right. So when you compromise with somebody, that means that even though you may not get everything that you want right then and there, you're willing to sacrifice a little bit so that that person will be happy and you'll be happy. You ever have to do that before? You never had to compromise before? You sure? All right. What about like with your brother? Let's say you were out with your mom or something, and he wanted to do one thing, and you wanted to do the other thing, but you wanted to do what you wanted to do first. Did you ever say, well, that's okay, I'll do what you want first, and then we'll end off doing what I want to do? You ever do that? That's compromise. So you may have done that more than one time, right? It's a good thing to do. See, when you want things on your own terms, that means even if I try to compromise with you, it's still going to be my way more than everybody else. So if I want things on my own terms, let's say, for an example of that might be, okay, let's say you went to the playground to play basketball or frisbee or another kind of game that needed like a ball or something like that, right? And your friend, let's say, they say, all right, let's play ball or whatever. And you say, okay, let's play ball. So you play by the rules because you know the game. If your friend doesn't want to play by the rules, he'll say, well, it's my ball. And the only way we're going to play is if you play my way. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's selfish, but he or she is being selfish because they want things on their own terms. They don't want to compromise. Even if they compromise a little bit, ultimately they want to make sure that they get what they want more than everybody else. So they try to manipulate people. Do you know what it means to manipulate somebody? When you manipulate somebody, that means you find a way to get them to do what you want them to do, and you sort of back them into a corner. You know what it means to be backed into a corner? All right. Think about a corner. Imagine if I was a corner. I'm not a man right now. I'm just a thing. I'm a corner. and somebody is coming at you and you don't have anywhere to go. You can't go that way, you can't go that way because you're stuck in the corner. You understand what I mean? So you don't have any choice. Either you have to either go through that person, fight your way out, or do something, but you can't run. So when somebody manipulates somebody, they put them in a position where they have to do what somebody else wants them to do because they don't have any other choices. That doesn't sound like a very fair thing to do, does it?
No.
But you gotta be careful because one day somebody might try to manipulate you. Now, has anybody tried to manipulate you before? Now that you think about it? Are you sure?
Yeah.
None of your friends ever tried to get you to do anything that they wanted you to do that you didn't want to do? Well, good. But that's how it goes. When people want things on their own terms, sometimes they try to manipulate people into doing what they want them to do. And it's not a fair thing to do. It's not a good thing to do. It's not a good way to be. It's terrible. See, I'm manipulating you. You're standing here in front of this camera and you're getting bit. And if you move too far, you'll be out of the way of the camera. Oh, you refuse to be manipulated? That's good. Anyway, that's how it's going down today, y'all. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, when you want things on your own terms, you have to... I mean, a lot of people want things on their own terms. People want freedom on their own terms. People want love on their own terms. People want relationships on their own terms. People want friendship on their own terms. They want family on their own terms. They want material things on their own terms. There comes a time in your life that you're going to have to compromise with somebody. There has to be some give and take. You can't always have everything your way. Sometimes you have to give way to somebody else. Sometimes you have to wait for what you want. Sometimes you just got to be a man about it. Stop acting like a little old shit. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and check it out. Tomorrow night on the Urban Therapy with Son show, we're talking about concessions and submission. Submission and concession. We've been having this debate for years, probably for decades, about what it means to submit. Nobody wants to submit. Men think that only women are supposed to submit. Everybody thinks that only the person that anybody is supposed to submit to is God. How do you feel about submission? Concessions. Do you know what a concession is? When you concede to somebody, you admit that they're right. You admit that they're better. You admit that something about them is more correct than what you are offering at that time. But a lot of people can't admit it. Have you ever known somebody that was better than you at something? She's the best, that's why. You ain't gotta admit it. But anyway, if you admit that somebody is better than you or that somebody was right and you were wrong, you concede to them. Right now, the Democratic National Convention is in Philly, and Bernie Sanders had to concede to Hillary Clinton. He lost, she won. He had to concede victory to her. She won, and that's how it goes. So there comes a time in our lives when we have to concede and we have to submit. Concession, submission, is it the same thing? Well, we're going to see about all that tomorrow night on Urban Therapy with Sun Show, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Call in number 347-677-1533. blogtalkradio.com/Sun752. And I'll holler at y'all later, you know what I mean? You can Peace.